Bruce S. Big Cal, 14 de octubre de 2025. Vamos a entrar en la parte de Intel. ¿De acuerdo? Lo que es realmente bueno. Volvamos un minuto y hablemos de lo que hizo el presidente Trump ayer en Egipto, en este concurso de paz, así lo llaman, un concurso de paz. Y tuvimos todo tipo de naciones representadas, no solo países del Medio Oriente, sino también Europa estuvo bien representada. Creo que el representante de España estuvo allí, sé que Macron de Francia estuvo presente, además de varias personas del Reino Unido. Básicamente, estuvo muy bien representado, muchas personas asistieron, y me alegra que lo hicieran, porque fueron testigos de la firma de este concurso de paz. Escuchen, puede que no sea un paseo en el parque. No sé si Hamas realmente deponga las armas, pero definitivamente dijeron que lo harían. Vamos a ver si cumplen, vamos a ver qué hacen, ¿de acuerdo? Pero tenemos países que estarán allí monitoreando lo que se está llevando a cabo, países que están reuniendo fondos para reconstruir Gaza, según la visión que el presidente Trump tiene para esa región, junto con Israel y todos los demás países que están apoyando esto. Esto podría ser realmente bueno. Así que recemos, no solo por la paz en Jerusalén, sino también por todo el Medio Oriente, para que la paz continúe y no sea solo algo escrito en papel. Que sea real, y que comiencen los esfuerzos de reconstrucción, ¿de acuerdo? Esto será algo positivo. Ahora bien, mientras el presidente Trump estaba allí, se reunió con ciertos líderes mundiales de varios países. Uno de ellos fue el presidente Sudani de Irak, con quien se reunió durante unos 35 minutos. Tuvieron una conversación en la que se habló de la situación de Irak. Ellos ya aprobaron la ley HCL, la famosa ley de petróleo y gas 140, de la que hemos escuchado hablar por 20 años. Esa ley fue aprobada y está lista para ejecutarse, y están preparados para distribuir las ganancias petroleras al pueblo. Pero Sudani quiere que Irak sea completamente digital y que su sistema bancario esté integrado digitalmente, para que realmente estén preparados para todo lo que viene. El presidente Trump le dijo que tenían aproximadamente una semana para terminar todo, y lo animó a cumplir con ello. Dale rodilla fue la expresión usada, algo así como vamos, ponte en marcha. Eso fue el domingo pasado, y ayer en Egipto volvieron a hablar de ello durante 35 minutos. Me alegra que el presidente Trump haya regresado ayer por la noche para estar en la ceremonia de la Medalla de la Libertad con la esposa de Charlie Kirk, Erika Kirk. Fue una gran ceremonia. Erika habló aproximadamente 30 minutos, lo hizo maravillosamente bien, y todos están muy orgullosos de ella y del trabajo que están haciendo con nuevos capítulos en universidades y escuelas. Ahora, ¿qué más sabemos sobre la situación? Pues bien, Irak está preparando todo para que comiencen los intercambios. Tengo dos versiones de cronogramas diferentes. Una buena fuente dice que podríamos recibir notificaciones este miércoles, en 2 días, y que los intercambios seguirían poco después. Por otro lado, 2 personas del Nuevo Tesoro nos dijeron por teléfono que parece que las notificaciones llegarán hacia el fin de semana, sábado o domingo, y que los intercambios comenzarían el miércoles siguiente. Así que tenemos 2 ventanas posibles, tan pronto como el miércoles, o bien entre el fin de semana y la próxima semana. Mientras tanto, puedo decirles que hoy las pantallas en los centros de redención están abiertas, aunque aún sin mostrar tasas en vivo. Eso no me preocupa. Hace algunos días, sí vimos una tasa bastante buena del don en esas pantallas. Ya les he dicho que el Dinar nos será ofrecido con una tasa de contrato, que estaría en la zona de los 100, y eso sigue vigente. Lo principal es que mantengamos los ojos atentos a los correos electrónicos. Los tenedores de bonos han sido informados de que tendrían acceso a los fondos muy pronto. Hay reportes continuos de gente moviéndose en Reno, cerca del aeropuerto y del Wells Fargo, así que las cosas avanzan. En conclusión, parece que estamos ya en la recta final. Quizá nos falte un poco más de tiempo, pero estamos muy cerca. Vea la materia de Bruce na íntegra.
Let's go into where we stand on Intel. Okay? What's really good, let's go back for a minute and talk about what President Trump did yesterday in Egypt at this peace summit, they're calling it, a peace summit. And we had all kinds of nations represented, not just Middle Eastern countries, but Europe was pretty well represented. I believe the guy from Spain was there. I know that Macron was there from France. A number of people from the UK. Basically, it was very well represented. A lot of people were there. And I'm glad they were. They witnessed, the signing of this peace treaty. And listen, it might not be a walk in the park. I don't know that Hamas will lay down. But they definitely said they would put down their arms. So we'll see if they adhere to that. We'll see what they do. Okay? But we've got countries that are going to be there monitoring what is done there, countries that are putting funds together to rebuild the Gaza in the vision that President Trump has for that region, along with Israel, along with all the other countries that are supporting it. It could be really, really good. So pray not only for the peace of Jerusalem, but pray for the Middle East, for this area, and pray for peace to continue and not be not just be something that was on paper. Let it be real, and let the rebuilding efforts begin. All right? That's going to be a good one. Now, also, while President Trump was there, he did meet with certain world leaders from these various countries, one of whom, President Sudani of Iraq, he met with for about 35 minutes. And he had a discussion with Sudani that Iraq is in a situation where they passed their HCL law, 140, the oil and gas law we've heard about for 20 years. That thing has been passed and is ready to go, and they're ready to disperse the oil profits to the people. But Sudani, wants Iraq to get digital and completely get connected to their banks digitally and be really ready for everything that's coming out for them, for the people of Iraq. Now, President Trump told them that this was last Thursday. They had about a week to get everything done, about a week to get everything complete. And he told Sudani, he said, let's get this done. Come on, shake a leg and get it done. Now, shake a leg, it's an older expression. We've all maybe heard it. Shake a leg, let's go, let's move it. And that's what Sudani is doing. And that was as of last Thursday. But he did meet with him yesterday in Egypt, and they did have a 35-minute discussion. So I'm glad President Trump did fly back last night overnight, got in, and was there for Charlie Kirk's Medal of Freedom ceremony today with his wife Erica Kirk. I always love to think of Charlie as his middle name is James. Charlie James Kirk. And of course I put the T in there, which is not his name. James Tiberius Kirk. Remember that, Captain Kirk? James T. Kirk of United States Enterprise. Well, I don't know. I have to add that T in there sometimes when I think about his middle name being James. Charlie James Kirk. And it was a great ceremony today. Erica was amazing, as she always is. She had a beautiful, I think it went about 30 minutes. I didn't time it, but I think it was about a 30-minute speech. And she did beautifully. She really did. And everybody is so proud of her and proud of Turning Point and the job that they're doing in setting up new chapters all over the country in colleges and high schools. They have a different version of it for high schools, and I can't remember the name of what they call the high school chapters, but it's the same basic concepts. And yes, it's conservatism. It's a conservative movement that young people are adhering to, and I think it's wonderful. And so that's what I wanted to say about Charlie and his lovely wife and widow, Erica now. So what about us? What about the situation? We know what Iraq is doing. They're getting everything done. They're getting it ready for the exchanges to start. What I'm hearing, I've got a few slightly different timelines. So I'm going to give you one, and then I'll give you a second one. One of our good sources is saying to look for us to get notified Thursday. That's 2 days away. Thursday, and then exchanges would follow shortly thereafter. We also had a phone call with two of the people in our new Treasury. And they were indicating that we look like we're going to get our notifications over the weekend or late weekend, which would be Sunday into Monday. And then we would be setting our appointments up and exchanging early next week. So I've got that on the one hand coming directly from Treasury, and I have other information saying it could be as early as Thursday, 2 days away. Now, we plan to have a call Thursday night. Don't you worry your pretty little head none about that. We'll have our call. Maybe it'll be something that we can celebrate, or maybe it'll be another informational big call, and maybe we're looking to a start, which would be late weekend. Okay? Now, I can tell you this much. Redemption Center screens were blank today. No rates up on screens. That doesn't bother me. We did have a rate on the dong a couple days ago at the Redemption Center, and it was quite good. I told you guys the Dinar is going to be offered to us at a contract rate, and that would be in the hundo area, and that's still holding. And the main thing, I guess, is just for us to keep our eyes open for emails to come in. I do believe that bondholders have been told they would have access to funds soon. I know they're continually seeing bondholders in Reno at the Sparks Reno Airport and the Wells Fargo nearby, and that's moving along. We hear about that. I don't really know that there's a whole lot else in the way of information that will affect us, in some way. I just think that we've got a little bit more time